man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True and Fun Out. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops 6 commentary video gameplay for you guys. And I expected this might happen, and even though it's not official yet, but it might be happening. What am I talking about? Sony joining the Microsoft bandwagon and raising prices on their products, gaming products to be exact. So, the PlayStation 5 could get more expensive. So yeah, that could be a thing. Now, it talks about it that it may happen. As of right now, as I'm recording this, it hasn't happened yet. And there's no official announcement of it happening. But it's looking like that is going to happen. So I'm about to read you the first 3 paragraphs. Actually, I could potentially read you the whole thing if I wanted to. And this is from GameSpot.com. So check this out. So the title here is PS5 could get more expensive as Sony considers plans to deal with tariff impact. Pay has no limit. This is by Darren. I'm going to butcher his last name. So this is by Darren Bonthuyes, Bonthuyes. That's his last name. So this was posted on May the 14th at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So check this out. Sony is bracing itself for a $680 million impact from America's tariffs. And to compensate for those potential losses, the PlayStation manufacturer might pass the increasing cost to its customers. During the company's earnings call, Sony CFO Lin Tao told investors that price increases on its hardware are being considered, although the PS5 console was not mentioned specifically. Moving on. CEO Hiroki Totoki did discuss the prospect of some PS5 consoles manufacturing being moved to the US. Most of its consoles are produced in China and are subject to a 30% tariff for now. Again, this is based off of May the 14th right now. As of right now, there is a pause between US and China because China kind of respond with their own tariffs towards the US bringing their stuff into China. So we'll see where that goes. But getting back to the article. As this would be, and here's a quote, an effective strategy, end quote, to avoid being caught in the crossfire of U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs. Here's a quote from Totoki himself. This hardware could be produced locally. I think that would be an effective strategy. PS5s are being manufactured in many areas. Whether it's going to be manufactured in the U.S. or not, it needs to be considered going forward. So before I continue on with this article, so basically, let's be honest here. Even though they mentioned that, oh, their products may take a price increase because of the tariffs, but the fact that, oh, the PS5 console, let's be honest here. It's going to take a hit. It's going to take a hit. All right, I hope I'm wrong, but more likely it's going to take a hit. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. I will say this. If they don't raise the prices, like because of the whole pausing with the tariffs between U.S. and China, we don't know what's going to come of that. But if they were to resume what they had originally, and if Sony do not raise the prices immediately after that, what I think will happen is this. They will not raise the prices on the PS5. And then next year, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, because it was pushed back to, I think, March of 2026, that's when they'll drop the PS6. And then that system will probably cost over $1,000. Like, originally, probably, I'm guessing, I don't know how much it was going to cost originally. But because of the fact the PS5 Pro is like, what, 800, something like that, something stupid. I'm assuming the PS6 will either be $800 or $900 originally. But because of this tariff fiasco, I would not be shocked if the PS6 could be as high as $1,500. I would not be shocked. So they could do that and leave the prices for the PS5 as is. But I doubt they're going to do that because just like Nintendo, Sony is, yeah, they greedy too. They greedy too. So I want, again, it depends on what happens with this tariff thing. between China and the U.S. because, you know, it's paused right now. They could be changing it for all countries. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Now, regarding the next two paragraphs, in terms of warehouses that could be used to build PlayStations or PlayStation consoles, rather, in America, I thought that's going to happen as well. Like, even with Totoki said, like, there's a bunch of warehouses all over the world. So in his eyes, or based on what he said, I believe that there is no need for a warehouse to be built in America. That's according to Totoki, based on the comments that he gave anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's move on with the article. However, Totoki indicated via analyst Daniel Ahmad that Sony doesn't yet feel it needs to move manufacturing to the U.S., like I literally just said. So far, the U.S. have escaped PS5 price increases that have hit other markets around the world. So yeah, that had happened. I don't remember when that happened, but that had happened not this year, like I think it was the last year, 2023, 1 to 2. But moving on with the article. Recently, Sony increased the price for the digital and standalone editions for the PS5 consoles in the UK, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand due to a combination of factors like inflation, exchange rates, and macroeconomics trends. The price of the more expensive PS5 Pro wasn't increased, while the PS5 disc drive price was decreased. Interesting. While some electronics are exempt from the high tariffs levied on China, game consoles aren't currently included. Sony's competition have also been forced to increase its rates as... Okay, we're not going to mention the Nintendo Switch 2. I believe Nintendo did that just to be greedy. That's not because of tariffs. They did that to be greedy in terms of their games, that is. Now, the accessories, yeah, we can blame that on the tariffs. And so far, they have not raised the price on the original Switch or any of their regular Switch systems. And so far, they have not raised any prices on the Switch 2, which would suck if they were to do that like less than 3 weeks before the system actually comes out. But yeah, there's that. But getting back to the article, and Microsoft recently announced several price increases for Xbox hardware and first-party games, which is true. I talked about that in the previous video. For its full fiscal year, Sony reported a 43% boost in operating income for its games and network services division, reaching an impressive $2.8 billion profit. In total, 18.5 million PS5 consoles were sold, a decline when compared to 20.8 million in the 2024 financial year, rather. I probably butchered that word. I don't know. I'm tired. And software sales have increased by 14% to 17 billion. So there you go with that. So basically, the bottom line is this. They're going to increase the prices on their products, I truly believe. Now, the saving grace here is the fact that there is a pause as of right now, as of me recording this video, regarding the tariff fiasco. Now, I'm not an expert on it, so I'm not sure if the pause is only between U.S. and China, or if U.S. just paused all of it, like the tariffs on every single country there is. I don't know, but I think it's between U.S. and China. And yeah, China do create, or manufacture rather, PlayStation 5s there. So if something is resolved while the pause is just like, yeah, you know what, let's cut the percentage, the tariff tax down from both sides, then yeah, that could be a saving grace. And not only could the Sony not raise any of their prices, but Microsoft may drop their prices again. Nintendo may drop their prices again when it comes to their accessories. I thought they'd do the games because, again, Nintendo greedy as heck. But at the same time, they might, on that note, rather, they might not drop the price on their accessories because, again, Nintendo greedy as heck. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So this pause with the tariff might be the gaming console saving grace. Because I've been saying this for the past month now. Gaming console is dying. It is dying. This pause maybe is saving grace right here. And we'll see what happens once the pause is over, or in the next few days or weeks or so, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to call it a wrap. And with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stimulate Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.